Hi guys, it's Jacob from Stringbuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being the music journalism site, links are in the description down below, and we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest track by Fleet Foxes, and that's If You Need To, Keep Time On Me. So I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. Now ahead of this new release, I must admit I am a huge fan of Fleet Foxes and a huge fan of what Fleet Foxes have shown us ahead of this upcoming album as well. Both tracks have been explosive, as subtle, brash and soft, really showcasing how to make a track evolve and really develop from one simple sequence and then onwards. 3rd of May is still my personal favourite, purely down to technicality, but overall I think their choice of singles thus far has been stellar really. So shall we see what I thought of this brand new track? Well, I thought it was excellent, and it kind of works as a breather in between more exploratory and experimental pieces like what we've heard thus far. A lot of people are calling this track underwhelming and underdone, but I think it's actually quite the opposite, since you have to have a more broader view on the album as a whole, almost like an album context. Both tracks before this release have been wild, long set pieces with crazy instrumentation, whereas this track is more along the lines of your bare bones folk song. That shouldn't be a bad thing, and it's what Fleet Foxes do the best. I think it's their signature style really. If anything, it more hints at a balance which will be needed when it comes to an album like this. This song is very gentle, it's very well produced, and it has this endearing persona about it that makes you smile, and when it comes to music, what more could you really ask for? When it comes to the production of this track, it is slathered with a little bit of reverb, and it is a little too spaciously panned, but it does help create this very empty arena-like atmosphere. What I mean by that is that it genuinely feels as if you are the only crowd member there standing in a stadium, which this is being played directly to you. It's kind of a surreal feeling really. The guitars still keep their natural twang, and the timbre adds to this very rustic texture that fills your speakers very nicely. That's difficult to say very quickly. The vocals also sound great, minimalizing the gating in favor of keeping the natural tone of voice resonating more profoundly, which again is enhanced by reverb, I will say that, but it all comes back to a very solid first recording. The harmonies have been left to their most rawest and sort of natural procedure, and I think that's the best aspect for me though, since they help create this very bolstered sound that again isn't too gated and isn't too overproduced, so it's a really solid mix. Musicality wise, the song is actually based upon a very simplistic chordal routine that has a sort of pretty neat strumming pattern behind it. It actually reminded me a lot of, say, Dallas Green in that sense, since it's very much a solo effort. I like the chords that were on show here, they worked really well with the melodies. I thought the vocal performance was fantastic. I thought the hook was catchy and memorable. The song varies enough to keep you really enticed with enough decoration. Dynamically, this track is very subtle about its build-up, but there are so many times where you can just feel another layer being added to really keep you enticed again, just from each transition. It is very simple. I will say that it is simple from start to finish, and it's also easy to make the mistake of it feeling half done and it feeling not album ready, for example, being one of the weaker tracks. But I kind of like the sort of artistry on show here and how the track's fundamentals are so crucial to the outcome. It's just a bare bones track, as I keep saying. The harmonies are great as always, especially when it comes to Fleet Foxes tracks. You already know that the harmonies are going to be fantastic, and the chorus was straight up reminiscent of what you'd hear from someone like Simon and Garfunkel, so it's bloody lovely. Lyrically, I can definitely relate to this track and the warmth it does try to create. Sure, there aren't any lines in here which really got me moved, and I think some might even be a little bit stereotypical, but again, this track is all about the basics, and for me it was more about the delivery, and the delivery was really good. So all in all, this is one of my favorites of the year so far. We've had wonderful strides when it comes to progressive and experimental music this year, but sometimes you just can't beat a good old acoustic ballad, so I gave it a G rating of 9 out of 10, ever so close to my perfect rating. So if you like this video, then please leave a like, comment what you think in the comment section down below, subscribe, see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye.